Hello, welcome back. This is your daily tarot and astrology. This one's for Friday, March 14th. Oh my goodness, Mercury's going retrograde tonight, late tonight, Pacific time. Really early in the morning, Eastern time tomorrow. At 9 degrees of Aries. So wherever that lands in your chart, that'll be the area of your life that you will be revisiting, redoing, editing, all those possibilities. But what do we need to know? What can we get from the tarot to help us with today? Right there. Ooh, Two of Wands, our Queen of Cups, and the Five of Wands reversed, which is not a bad way to get that card at all. So our theme for the day is, with the Queen of Cups, is a double dose of receptive, nurturing, caring, psychic, honoring all that is sacred, caring for the littles, caring for every little thing in life. And we still don't know what this little thing is down here. We're all trying to figure out if it's a sand crab coming up or a shell that's sticking up sideways or whatever. I still don't know. What I do know is this is not just a cup, it's a big urn, and we have two praying angels on the top of the handles there. And she's very focused in on what really matters. So, and you know, I mean, it's all about taking care of the family. We could say the urn has to do with cooking and just everything that goes into a lot of energy, actually, that goes into caring and compassion. So yeah, she's good to have around. She's probably a really good cook, or she'll cook you what you like. But both the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups are very emotionally calm. There's an inner, security of knowing who you are, and so that's why it's easy to, give to others, As long as, you have good boundaries, it'll all be just fine. But you can see, all the cherubs up here, that there's such a focus on motherhood. Now with the Two of Wands, this is our card for going for it. You can see it's ruled by Mars and Aries. So there's something stable that you have going on in the realm of knowing who you are, and you're ready to do some exploration. It is one of the travel cards, but it's pretty much my card for just, okay, what else do you want? It's time to go for it. It's about making plans for the future and looking at maybe new things that you want to discover. And it's also a card for, decisions, making decisions to go after new things that might take you on a brand new adventure. And you can see all the red. We've got a lot of energy, a lot of life force going into it. So, yeah. Okay, now, with the Five of Wands reversed, when it comes in reversed, to me, this is about letting go of struggle, letting go of competition, letting go of the need to win, letting go of the need to be on top. And because we do have, this mom card in the middle, it could be mom or grandma, it might have to do with the theme for the day is very possible. It could be that you're taking some kids on an outing. And it's good because there's no competition, and you've decided to travel with some pretty cool kids, which sounds like fun to me. Okay, so here's our Mercury retrograde chart. Now, this chart is the beginning of, this period of time before when the retrograde ends, it's going to be April 7th. So it's a few, like 3.5 weeks, somewhere in there, 23 days. And it's going to retrograde back to 26 degrees of Pisces. So here it is now at 9 degrees, 35 minutes of Aries. So there's going to be that hookup with Venus again. And we're still talking and thinking about, especially with others, because the moon's in Libra when Mercury goes retrograde. And like I said, it's at 11:47, or no, I didn't say, I'm sorry. It's 11:47 p.m. tonight. So no matter how early you get up, in the morning, we're going to have because remember we had the eclipse yesterday with the moon over here. So this is much later in the evening, so there's still going to be that connection between the moon moving from Virgo, which is very, really wanting divine order, and then for all day today, this would be, from the evening, because the moon takes a whole hour to. I'm sorry, it takes 2 hours to go 1 degree. It only goes a half a degree an hour. So it's earlier in the day. We still have the moon in Libra. So Libra just brings in that element of being more social, talking back and forth. You can see the glyph is like a little bridge, right? So it's like putting yourself in the middle and connecting with other people. And by late evening, we've got that connection up to Pluto. So this is both, it's air energy. This one's more sociable and wanting to connect. And Aquarius sometimes does because it loves to network. But then other times it's like, I know more than you guys. I don't want to talk to you. It depends on who it is, right? This is how you get to learn, like, who somebody is. If they're arrogant and they always need to be on top, then they're not going to be good friends. The superiority is not a fun game. But because we had the page of, the 5 of Wands reversed, I think this is good energy, here. It's moving quickly, that's for darn sure, with that connection, the trines from the moon and the south node. And after the moon hooking up with the south node, it picked up some intuitive hits that help you respond in a whole new way, and hopefully coming from your own power, and maybe figuring out who you want to network with. That would be a really good way to use that energy. So this is setting up the whole Mercury retrograde experience for the next few weeks. And so the sun's going to continue to get closer and closer to the North Node. It's all about being on your spiritual path or seeing the big picture, wanting more bliss, more happiness, more mystical experiences, wanting more compassionate and sensitive experiences with people. And then, of course, as the sun continues to go every day, it's going to hook up with Neptune. And we're still, this Pisces pile-up is good for spirituality, really good for compassion, really good for meditation, really, really good for artistic projects of any kind, but not good for alcohol, drugs, not good for being gullible, not being good for being involved with the wrong people who are insensitive or energy all over the place and into victimizing others. Not good at all for them. So with Saturn in Pisces, this is a real time of testing. This is very challenging for immigration and for anyone needing to protect themselves. That part is very challenging. It's also challenging with, you want to check your home with the double trine to Mars in Cancer. If you've got any like drips or little tiny leaks, they're probably going to get worse during Mercury retrograde, and you're going to have to revisit that. So, check under your sinks. Make sure everything's tight. If you've had a leaky faucet, fix it. Get the thing fixed. Don't put those things off, because with, again, this Pisces pileup, it's probably just going to get worse. Okay, so again, with Mercury retrograde, it's interesting to notice that it's happening under this opposition between Mercury and the Moon, and that will intensify as as we get into the early hours of the morning. And what we have here is we have to be careful about communications that could be kind of too headstrong, and may not connect with a tender heart over here on this side. Or it could also be that kind of energy where, how teenagers especially or even elementary school, they can get into cliques and reject someone on one side just to be, it's like a sibling rivalry thing where all the kids wanted mom's attention, and a couple of them figured out how to get that, and by excluding, because with the Piscean energy, it's all about inclusion, but some people are mean and they want to exclude. Well, this is that kind of energy here, so you want to be careful. And if it's being done to you, I want you to know that it's never your fault. When people are in rejection of others, and no matter what's going on, and if they're harshly judgmental, that's never your fault. That's on them. So yeah, just hold that in mind over the next few weeks. And I'll be back every day with the day by day. So just know that. Well, when I do tomorrow's, I guess I'll talk about Eastern time, but this is happening at 2:47 on the 15th, on Saturday, 2:47 a.m. So if you're in the Eastern time zone, this is probably going to be a little more intense for you guys to get this information at night. Well, you have it at midnight the day before, so you're going to have it anyway. But the energy's building to the Mercury retrogradation is building, and the planets that are closer to the Earth, like Mercury and Mars and Venus, we feel them more when they go retrograde. So Mercury's going to be going backwards to powwow with Venus, and we're going to be talking more and more about what matters to us most and trying to get to some semblance of unity. But with that opposition with the moon for, the next several hours and into Friday, it can be a little challenging there. But, oppositions can lead to breakthroughs. And sometimes it's just, with Mercury and Aries especially, it's just the need to ask questions. Like, you know what, I thought I heard you say da-da-da-da-da. Is that what you really said, or did I misunderstand? Or maybe a word cut out because you were on the phone, or you're online, or maybe, like, who hasn't experienced the phenomena, it's not phenomena, it's an actual experience, but typing something out and you left out a word, or just knowing like a comma or a period makes a big difference in how you understand language, understand what someone is saying. So anyway, just keep your compassionate heart and you're going to be just fine. Okay, we'll be back later. Take good care.